What's going on, guys? We're alive. If anyone's watching, you're more than welcome to be a guest. All right, so tonight we're doing a watch along with Moon Knight episode 4 on Disney Plus. I'm Dimension Scott, and this is my buddy Henry Boy. And if anyone wants to be on the StreamYard, I will have a link in the description if I can find it. All right. There, if anyone wants to come in the StreamYard, you're more than welcome to. Okay. Are you ready, Henry?
Yep. You ready to hit play?
Right.
All right, ready? 3, 2,
1, go.
Yep, it's playing for me right now. Currently watching the season recap. They're actually currently filming on Werewolf by Night. So, and also I don't want to kind of spoil anything or anything like that. But I'd say warning: if you want anything about any castings or anything, this is your chance. So I'm just giving a 1, 3, 2, 1. Actually, I think I casted some character who was like the lead in Midnight Suns. So the Midnight Suns are definitely in effect. So there's definitely, I mean, not the Midnight Suns, but Werewolf by Night, and he's actually like a Moon Knight villain. So I'm telling you, there's definitely going into some stuff. So be ready.
What's going on, Danny? Comment chat. If you want to come in, Danny, link is in the chat. We're watching Moon Knight episode 4.
Yeah, basically just doing a watch along, sharing our thoughts, opinions, predictions, theories, anything too. So, and if you're people, whoever may not like that stuff, just I take it with a grain of salt, and I guess if it's right, it's right. If it's not, it's always fun to speculate and just kind of see what could potentially happen. Even if it's not, they still make it good enough for us. Like they still make it sense. See, this is an interesting piece right now. Currently, they have like I don't know what's the name of it. Maybe like a little piece, like the stick figure or something, where they actually have like other gods. So I'm assuming maybe that's where other gods could have been. So not quite sure.
Chilling, bro. I just saw you just want to give some support. I got to hit the bed. All right, Danny. Hey, can you still hear me, Henry?
Thumbs up, we're good.
Yeah. No, it's really been an asshole. I thought this episode was cool. Can't wait to see the last two episodes. Take it easy, man. Catch you later. All right, cool, Danny.
See you, man. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it.
We appreciate that a lot, Danny.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, same thing too. The next episodes are gonna be interesting. I know some people that watch the fifth. I'm not gonna look or see what they say, but it's pretty good. So.
Two people are watching. I'm happy you guys are here.
I was kind of confused about that. This scene right now, how she throws the heads up. We're talking spoilers about the episode, so I apologize. I don't know, that may be in the chat. We're talking spoilers, theories, all types of stuff. What could happen, what could not. But yeah, she throws the flare through the pack of bullets, which I was kind of confused. But when I see it popping, I guess it makes sense. So. He even say it. It does say in the subtitles for this one. Oh, apologies about that. Tight camera difficulties.
Can you pause it for a minute? Because I'm having some problems working mine.
You good? How many minutes are you on?
I don't know yet. It keeps it's not playing yet.
Gotcha. Yeah, you let me know and I'll just have it back on
All right.
and do it. So I'm good. It's an Xbox right now. But it's all good though. We just having technical difficulties, so we're good.
All right. It's
Ready?
working. Ready.
All right, give me. How many minutes are you on, or do I need to reset it?
It's on recap.
Recap. Gotcha.
If anyone's watching, we're doing a live reaction of the latest episode of Moon Knight, and if you want to come on, StreamYard link is in the chat, and say hello.
So we're currently just watching a week recap, right?
Right.
All right, awesome.
Did that previous episode remind you of anything of Batman?
Kind of with the cape. So
Exactly.
like I know Moon Knight fans we hate kind of saying it, but at the same time he is kind of similar to Batman in a way. Like I get it from people's point of view, but still we'll see. And also kind of with the fighting too, because they shook him, then he kind of like fighting back. And I hate to say it, but it's like they have similar traits, like how like Doctor Fate and Doctor Strange is. They're similar, but at the same time they're different. So, but because us we saw Doctor Strange first, people whenever we see a Black Adam, people don't say, yeah, he's more like Doctor Strange. But in reality, he's kind of different. But oh well, I guess this is kind of like the effect you kind of have whenever you have like whenever I guess you have like the quality done right. So that's fine. But oh well though. But Moon Knight is awesome to a Batman. I'm not a fan of him, but he definitely has some interesting villains that make him fun to watch. So Black Panther. Oh, and hashtag recast T'Challa. And the character is so important to the MCU, but let's see what they do. Well, hopefully, eventually they recast him, at least for the third movie. Snake. I'm gonna go back. The sign, the one that she wrote, maybe I'm guessing. Look at her earring, it's actually kind of similar. So I'm assuming maybe that's for her father. Maybe give her the earrings or something. It has to do some Easter egg because I noticed on her earrings it's gold, but it has more kind of like a snake and that. But when I saw that, I think that could just be combined together. So who knows? We'll see. Sound like an Easter egg? We'll see.
13 minutes in and 27 seconds.
Yeah. 13 minutes and 35 seconds, 36 seconds. A little bit ahead. Yeah. All good. I think it might be. Dang, that's an interesting Easter egg. I thought for a second, I thought maybe it was like the moon, but at the same time, who knows? But I was looking at it now. Maybe it just could be like a hook, like the sea things with a lash, which I think I don't know what's the name of it, but I know it's something. Let's see. Amazing. Oh, nice. I didn't even notice that little when he points it at the sun with the flashlight. You look up, and that's the actual like logo. Oh,
Got one person watching. I appreciate you.
going to be right back. See, right now, I don't. Probably most people won't notice, but there's actually like you actually see the feet of the camera guy. I heard some people making fun of it, but personally, what I think is that there's a comic. I think I even have it too. Is that someone's actually filming Moon Knight while he does his thing. So and also there's another theory which I'll say towards the end, but and that's why like people say, oh, yeah, it's a mistake, or whatever. But at the same time, I think that's on purpose. I think that's because the filming Mark, the filming Moon Knight. Like someone's actually filming him doing these actions. So, and if it's not, then oh well. I mean, Disney being Disney, so there's nothing I can do. So, should they have done better? Yeah, but oh well. It's nothing to stress out too much. They didn't make it too obvious or anything like that. So, not the average. When you're a first time watcher, you won't notice. Even second timer. So, I mean, only if you around, only if you pay to the second time.
Yeah, I remember how Disney, how dark they were back in the 90s and
Mm-hmm.
all those decades ago. And now they're just, it seems like they're so afraid these days to take a dark risk.
Yeah, that's not bad. Oh well. For a while, I actually, how was it for a while? I think, at least I thought looking at it now, I thought that was actually like the Panther's goddess. I think, I forget her name, like the Panther goddess, the one who gives like Black Panther the power or whatever. Then I thought that was maybe like her sister, like the evil twin, because someone said like a theory was like, yeah, what we saw in last episode, how with the gods and all the stuff, how we saw, I think monsters or something like I'm getting her name, but how she's a Panther goddess. So that's why I thought maybe that was her evil sister, but it's actually not. It's actually more like I think a demon or something. I'm not sure the correct name. And especially also with the stuff around the goal. Yeah, I thought that was probably like a. Because remember Black Panther just brother is that Kingmonger, no, Killmonger, saying it wrong. How he actually has the gold Wakanda suit with all the clothes. I thought maybe that was it, but if you look at it closely, it's actually not. Jumped. It's coming. Pretty sure it's gonna be a jump scare. There it is, the jump scare. I'm just checking. Seeing that, did I actually think you would fall, which I'm not a fan of because looking at it now, she actually looked like the angle that they gave us to actually film. Maybe they should have done maybe like a sleeper, not sleeper, but a steeper hill, steeper run. Because when you look at it, it kind of looks like everyone falling off. But Disney's using their tricks, so not Disney, but camera work and stuff like that just to make sure. Because even first I thought I was confused. I was like, why didn't she just play dead? Because they know if they know he's dead, why would they call him? Unless they start doing somebody, start throwing them flares like it's rocket, like grenades. So, but some people might get it though, just to make the story work and all that stuff. That's fine. Just random thoughts. I know we're gonna watch Monday, but it even sounds crazy. Cause I'm even thinking about like the Midnight Suns. It sounds crazy. I'm just thinking. But I'm not off subject of that. Even they could do the Midnight Suns of Moon Knight for sure. Then potentially what they could do if they really want to, because Daredevil is really dark, same with the Netflix series. Maybe he can actually be part of the Midnight Suns too, but it'll have to be Radar. That movie has to be Radar. But let's see what P Marvel does. But back to the point is that what they can do, Daredevil could actually be part of that lineup, but knowing what Sony's gonna do, because that's what I learned. If anyone else seen it, 3, 2, 1 is that how all of them come together is deleted scene, which is which they say, yeah, we'll see you again or something like that. How the two Spider-Men tells Tom Holland. So what I'm thinking, especially with there's a rumor, or at least what I heard online, is that spoiler alert for anyone about kind of Daredevil. If you want to go complete blind, don't know. Or damn, give me 1 second. I got a sneeze coming. But yeah, it's I'm thinking what Spider-Man could happen with the two Spider-Men come back. It sounds crazy, but I think what they can actually do, I think they can actually include Daredevil, or like it's Daredevil, Spider-Man, and the other two Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six. That would be really interesting. But side by side, but Tom Holland Spider-Man and Matt Murdock and Daredevil. That would be Matt Murdock slash Daredevil. That would be really Peter Parker slash Spider. That would be an interesting doing, especially with that Spidey sense. That Spidey sense, or at least the Peter Tingle, whatever. And the hearing sense, yo, that thing would go. I think that would go hard. I didn't even think about it now. It sounds crazy, especially spoiler alert if anyone's seen No Way Home. Spoiling it on 1, 3, 2, 1. At the end of the scene, how look at the book where he's gonna go college in his own apartment. Watch. I think we might get a true Spider-Man, at least comic book accurate, because I know that's what fans like. That we could actually see potentially Peter Parker go into law and study, like to become a lawyer. That could be really interesting. How they could do it with how they could do that with how he could team up with kind of Daredevil, Matt Murdock to help him maybe, or they kind of build like a kind of bro buddy, cold buddy relationship or whatever, friendship or whatever. I mean, really interesting. I know off subject of Moon Knight, but in the comics, there's actually where I think Spider-Man actually goes after Moon Knight or something like that, where they actually like go again, like the sun. They definitely have something to do in the comics for sure. Yeah, I'm just thinking a lot about it. I think that would be interesting. But back to Moon Knight though.
Are you liking all the Egypt stuff?
It says done pretty correct. I know most of it kind of like blue screen, but at the same time, I think it's they're doing legit the Egyptian stuff pretty good. Like the sets, you can tell like they're doing pretty good. And maybe it's just other studios will have the budget, but Marvel they took it serious and they're doing it for. I like it. What about you though?
I think it's really cool. I like these tomb explorations.
It's giving us the Indiana Jones vibe. I haven't seen Indiana Jones, but I like.
Hey, I never seen Indiana Jones either.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so that's one. I think I might want to go back, but I don't know. It's kind of too old for me. But at the same time, I know that they're making, I think, Mexican, which I think they done. They got done filming a while ago. So if it's Indiana kind of Jones like this, I might want to give it a watch because the sets are on this one is pretty good. You can tell, like even on the scene whenever I think they jump down, I think I saw like a trailer or something or behind the scenes that, and the back is blue screen, but they actually did build the rocks and everything like that, which was shows you Marvel does care about and they actually does care about Egypt, and they do not to care. They took it very serious and they're paying like tribute to it. So that's what I gotta give credit to Marvel for.
Everyone who died.
I think I can hear your audio. So slow down a bit. Is that even the character development from him potentially from Arthur Harrow, at least on Ahmed's Avatar? There's like I hope you find closure. Does that show that he wants to do good by the people, but his avatar is kind of bad or something? Who knows? I actually can't lie. I mean, I'm not lying, but Oscar Isaac does a pretty good of a voice imitation of the British. Like he does a pretty good accent too. I think he's doing a pretty good job by it. So I didn't expect it to be that good, but yeah, he's doing a good job. I'm gonna go back just one more. How many minutes are you on?
Let me see. I'm 32 minutes and 17 seconds.
I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna hit play just to make sure we're on the same time. So we're good. Currently 32 minutes and 22 seconds.
Oh, look, Moon Knight is actually here.
What's up, OG? What's up? I read some of your comics. They're amazing. I got some
Yeah,
tips about them.
Moon Knight, I'm really glad you got a show. I'm really glad you're hitting live action now.
I'm telling you. Hey, but which personality are you, Stephen Grant? Like, which one is talking right now?
Right.
Yeah. Hey, man. But I appreciate you stopping by. Moon Knight's a really interesting character.
Have you ever played the Marvel Ultimate Alliance video games?
No, I never did. I've seen gameplay of it, and I know they have a really good story, but
Well, Moon Knight is
Moon Knight's in
actually
it?
a playable character in that game.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think I saw gameplay of it when I was watching a trailer.
And he
Like a breakdown.
he even appeared in the Spider-Man Web of Shadows video game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he's had some pretty good attention.
Nice. Yeah, Moon Knight, I'm telling you, I think he has some really interesting. He has some really combat and like fighting style. He has a pretty good one. So, especially with the sticks too and everything. I think there's even one. I think even in the game how it's like a long stick, longer, but how he actually fights with that, it's good. See, I have a theory. I saw someone saying online a theory that saying how like when spoiler alert for anyone just saying don't want to spoil anything for you, Moon Knight. You already know, you know, but I'm just saying.
This is the way it looks in the game.
Nice. So it's 2 shots.
And here's another cool image, which really makes him seem like he really is Marvel's Batman.
He kind of is, but at the same time, it's like because he has I think Jake Lockley, who's a millionaire, and who's a playboy. So that's why people consume him. Because think about it, if someone has a similar trait, when you look at Marvel's going first, so that's why everyone's comparing to him. But in reality, like just straight up, like sure if you want to compare, yeah, they have similar traits. But in reality, Batman they're completely different. If you look at it like for real, sure if you want to compare, like oh yeah, look, he has a cape, he has this, he has that. Yeah, it's very kind of, I would say they have similar traits, and that's what people focus on. But in reality, completely different mark. No, Moon Knight has multi-personality disorder. Batman is just $1 million playboy. He suffers from depression. Everything Moon Knight villains, at least in my opinion, especially me being from Moon Knight, a little biased, that Moon Knight doesn't have as much good villains. The villains are cool and everything, but Batman, them villains, man, it has you thinking like, are they really that bad of a villain? Are they really legit? For me, I consider Joker a hero, but that's just me though. I have different opinions, but that is the point. Is like Batman villains when it comes to it, it's I don't know what to say. No, I don't say no. Is that he has better villains, and also especially as the face of kind of DC is like when you look at it, Marvel is Incredible Hulk. No, not Incredible Hulk. You got Wolverine and a couple of A-list people. That's all it is kind of for Batman. So at the same time, I think Moon Knight, in my opinion, is better. I think who has the better villains, I would say Batman for sure. Because his villains, especially at least what we see in live action, has been amazing to see. At least especially with Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, especially with the potential and everything. It's amazing. And especially seeing Ben Affleck's Batman, yeah, that's I think my opinion is the best way. And even I'll tell you this, even put Ben Affleck aside, whoever would have played that character, I would have loved that character because we have yet to see a Batman who's like I know diehard Batman fans like, yeah, he's amazing, he's this, he's that, but and I was like, are you sure about that? All we saw was kind of Christian Bale. I know you guys seen the older ones, but for me, I don't kind of consider it too much of that series. But seeing that, I was like, Batman, I don't know if I know he's a detective, but not really. So then, well, whenever I saw Ben Affleck's Batman, I was like, yo, Batman, okay, this is who Batman is. I understand it now. So.
Yeah, I'm glad you could be here, Moon Knight. Watching your show. We're watching your show right now.
Yeah. I think that's actually, if I don't want to spoil anything, but when you actually look at it, it's actually when you look at the clock, it goes tick tock, tick tock. The clock is not moving, and I replay. Right, let me go back just to make sure. Now, when I saw it the first time, I noticed it. Then I was like, huh. But seeing it, watching it again, I could tell like the clock is just the same. It goes like this, then it's like that. Let me see. So I'm gonna pause that real quick. You're gonna be a little ahead of me, but that's okay. Moving on, G15. 1-5 symbolism. You have 7. You have 12. So they're trying to make it seem like it's not all but then them cupcakes look smack. Okay, not even. Probably all props and stuff, but still. Paused it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip ahead just to see. Let me go back. So there is eyes. Go back. Might have got concussed there, but still. It's kind of good doing that how he has kind of like the blurriness because if we would have seen it, I think we would have been, yeah, look, that's the villain. We know it's him, but this is trying to tell something else. So. See, you're not telling, but I think maybe could happen. Maybe in the next episode, maybe it's me guessing. Maybe even in episode 6 is that maybe we could actually see legit like the actual fight scene that actually happened where I think Mark Spector or Steven Grant or whoever first on there, or at least Moon Knight, whatever, where that's where he goes and that's where he has the big fight and all the blood is on his hands. So maybe we could still see that potentially in the episodes. We'll see. So, which will be interesting to see. Let's see what happens. I have a theory for episode 6, but I'm going to wait till later on to say it. So, what should that get? There's like a no. That doesn't something from Loki. No, that's not. That's actually from. Oh yeah, and also just want to say another potential rumor is that saw someone saying, at least the people that kind of want to break down stuff, they were saying how like maybe that could be Jake's like his Mark Spector's alter ego, and he knows about Jake and how the no, I'm gonna say it tough to I'm gonna say it right now. I think right now is gonna be bad timing. Interesting detail. Let's see. You got a friend in me. Could that be potentially Jake Lockley? We'll see. Or maybe that could be Layla. So, at least Mark's love interest. Or Steven Grant's love interest. See? Nice dance. You could tell. That's clearly Mark Spector. One hand forward. One hand back. You done watching it? I think you're on mute.
Not yet.
Not yet? Oh, okay.
Still going.
I'm gonna go back and see it. That's funny. I'm gonna watch this dance right here. We have the red mummy thing, 46 minutes and 20 seconds. So he has that like wide stance, is moving tiptoe. His hand is out, clenches wrist. That typical Mark, like a Steven Grant, just walking. That's you tell they kind of different, just walking a little fidget. Shit, let me go back. Did you finish watching it?
Still not.
Oh. How many minutes are you on?
44 minutes and 7 seconds. 7 seconds.
Gotcha, I'm way ahead. That's okay.
Oh, would you look at that? The two personalities are together.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. So, once you get done, we share our thoughts, and I'm gonna share some of my theories and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be right back. Yep, I'm back. Did you finish watching it?
Yeah, sure did. That last part made me go.
I actually saw a meme. It was so funny. Remember Oscar Isaac from I think X-Men's Apocalypse?
Yeah.
So it's the two personalities. Then it's the picture like come to front. Then this one is Oscar Isaac's Apocalypse. You remember like the blue face? Yeah. So I saw that meme. People's like, they're like, aha. Then the picture like what they're staring at is Oscar Isaac's Apocalypse, which is hilarious. Oh my god! I saw that meme online. It was funny. So I think if I say it, I'll send it to you. But man, it's funny. But you get it right. Kind of get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was like. I thought it was funny. So yeah, I'm gonna go over kind of like a theory. So I think what could happen is whenever they're on the scene saying when he's talking to Layla or whatever, saying that how like he knew someone said online maybe just like the breakdowns I said they said it could be Jake Locke, excuse me, but right now like maybe he killed him because he's super violent and stuff like that. But also what I think, just my opinion, if we're going off comments and stuff like that, I actually think it's Bushman because Bushman is a villain. So if they said they would do make another season or even a movie, Bushman could be the thing because that's how it is in the comics. With Bushman, he's with them. He goes with them. Moon Knight and Bushman is in together. Bushman gets ready. He leaves Mark for dead and he kills everyone. So that's how it is in the comics. So I'm not sure if they're gonna mix it up and maybe have where it's not Mark's, but Moon Knight's third personality, which is Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, and Jake Lockley, who was basically like Batman-ish. He made all his money from mercenary and killing, but he's like $1 million playboy, fancy suits and everything like that. But with this, the only making different back to the corner is that with him is that maybe that alter ego killed her father and killed everyone else. Because remember, or maybe his partner. I personally, for me, I think it's going to stay true to the comics. Could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Oh well. But is that where Bushman was there? Then at the end, maybe he like if they decide to do a movie or something like that, maybe it could be like a villain for Moon Knight next time we see in the next season or whatever. So that's what I think. Some people online break down saying that it could be a third person that killed her dad and everything like that. But even watching it, I see maybe I think that's kind of true in a way because he looks kind of sad, but also same time looks like in a way that he's lying. But at the same time, who knows? Because with him saying that, oh yeah, I was supposed to die. I mean, maybe, but also at the same time, Steve Grant doesn't know uh the third person, which is Drake Lockley. So, and especially I'm also gonna go on with the lights where we kind of see it. I think this is all in Mark Spector's head, and that's how. And also there's another scene how like Khonshu did this for him, so how he can handle it, and this is all an illusion. Because remember, I think the girl she was like, "Oh, have you died?" or something like that. And she says some stuff back then. Maybe it could be there, and especially also remember the boat. There was a boat, I think, in episode 1. I don't believe that they're dead. I just believe that's where they at. And maybe I think there's like a third option where it's like I'm forgetting all about it, but I think such a brain fart. But basically, where it's like he's on the boat, and I think he stays there or something like that. But he gets back to life or something. So we'll see. It's definitely how it could be. I'm gonna say my theory for episode 6, and I think episode 6, which I can't spoil it if anyone doesn't know anything about it. Tune out now on 1, 3, 2, 1. Been one. Is that I saw the trailer, or whatever, at least the mid-season trailer, saying how like there's a scene how like Khonshu and how Moon Knight is. Moon Knight is a little bit more bloody, but that's where we kind of I think where we're seeing Moon Knight. I mean, Khonshu coming back in episode 6, or maybe we're him and Mark Vector, kind of like the origin, like how we kind of see how what is it Khonshu given Mark Spector the powers, like how he brings back to life and everything. I think it could happen potentially in the next episode. I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do with the next episode. I know episode 6 is gonna be banger, but my good theory is that I think that's where we're gonna kind of see it. I know episode 6 for sure. Like this is just what I think. I think that's where we're gonna see the Arthur Mello, or however say his name, face off against Moon Knight. Because in the trailer, I think then they're like on the pyramids or something like that. Then Moon Knight versus Arthur, where they actually like run into the show like that. So we'll see. I think episode 6, that's when I think Khonshu and Moon Knight will team up, maybe. Not team up, but that's maybe we could see. They kind of did hint at it, kind of in there, how they had Khonshu, Arthur, that's what I'm going to say because I'm forgetting his last name. Arthur, then you have like Mark Spector, at least Oscar Isaac. So I think maybe that's what they could do. I know for sure, but it's in the trailers that it's like where you see him kind of hit himself. I think we're still going to have to continue. I think that might be like up to 30 minutes, and 30 minutes, that's when things might be changing. So we'll see. I'm really curious to see because like, I was actually really curious to see how they did more. I want to see more of like the hospital to see like how they're gonna do it. Interesting. So and even for a bit, I actually thought the hippo. Actually, I think she's actually like a goddess or something. I'm forgetting the name of it, but forgetting the name of that god. But I thought that was actually Layla or whatever. I thought that was her because I was like, what? Because it sounds the voice, but like it's not. So, but we'll see. I'm curious to see episode 5. I have no idea what to expect of it. sure. I might look at some links for what we'll see, but for now, as of right now, I know nothing, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen in episode 5. Because man, that is, you're gonna for sure get the hospital scene again for sure. Episode 6, that one's going to be a banger for sure. It's definitely gonna, everything it's been building up to is going to be good. I can't wait to see even more look at Caution. I haven't in this episode made me look. You kind of know we miss him. Sure, he might be like this villain or even kind of stuff, but seeing the last episode, we kind of didn't realize. Yeah, he's kind of bad at the way, but at the same time, he's trying to help him out too in a way because he's trying to do good. So at least maybe that's the way the training. Who knows? Maybe he could be almost the true villain. So I'm one theory about that. Or at least like a thumbnail or something. Yeah, so we'll see. But my bad. What's your review on it? I think the story is just as good. I'm gonna say this and good is that the story is just as good. I say it's a 7.5. It's still kind of too PG for me, but as a story, as being as a critic, not my opinion on everything. I think I'm gonna switch camera a little bit. I think them. Oh, sorry. Let's start real quick. I still think they're doing a pretty good job of it. So as a critic, just story, everything, I think they're doing a good job of it. So I still say it's a 7.5. It's not bad, but it's also not the best. I do think the mental hospital, or at least whoever they are, is definitely, they're doing it pretty good. I know them, they actually had like the mental, like people actually know about their stuff and actually in there and actually on the set and actually everything like to make sure it's done correctly. So I'd say definitely taking it very serious and definitely shows that to Marvel or whatever, they're actually doing it pretty good and actually taking it very serious. So can't do that. As a critic, real quick, story's good, action decent. Definitely need to be a lot more gore, but you know, can't have that because there aren't. But as a critic, I'd say it's 7.5. Me personally, it's decent. 2 PGS, but we'll see. Hopefully, it's building up to the Midnight Suns, but we could potentially, my bad, or we could potentially see them more gore, more stuff like that. But we'll see. So far, as a critic, I'll say it's decent for me. Not offended. I think we need to see some more gore and more blood, but let's see what happens. But go ahead.
I'm on the same page. I understand it's because it's like under Disney now. We're not going to see that much blood. If this was a Netflix, I definitely believe we could have got a lot more blood, similar to all the Netflix Marvel shows that they did, like especially Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, because of Disney, it's got to be somewhat toned down. And it's not the darkest show like Daredevil at all.
Yeah.
The episode overall, it's really making things really more interesting. And now we see the personalities together and ending on a cliffhanger. So I definitely am excited to see what happens in the next episode. And we are how many episodes we left out? That are left?
Oh, we have 2 left.
2 left. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, overall, it's really decent. I stick to my 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a fun, decent series. Series it's not the darkest. It's not the most action packed though, but for what it is, that's definitely decent.
Yeah, typical Marvel stuff. Can I tell you this? Then I get it. Shit. I mean, excuse my language. I get they want to make the most on it. I don't blame them, but at the same time, and I'll give you this hot take. You can argue with me if you want to, and I'll say that I'll go back to it. Daredevil, the reason why it's a 9 out of 10, even 10 out of 10, is because of the gore and the blood. I know people's like, oh, you don't need that much blood and stuff, but it's not even that. But when you have the gore and the blood, it makes it feel more realistic, and it makes it feel like not realistic. I don't want to say it, but it makes the combat look better. You're like, choo, and you're like, oh damn, and you're like, because compared when you see it, you're like, come on, dog. He just got sliced in the face.
Compared to action sequences to Daredevil's, I think Daredevil's action sequences were a lot more practical. It looks so practical.
They are, but because you remember what the Moon Knight suit is in CGI, which that's a good argument. Yeah. But yeah, I'll say the hot take is Daredevil wouldn't have been 9 out of 10 without the blood and the gore. It would have been an 8 out of 10 because the story is really, really good. But at the same time, without the blood and the gore, I don't think it would have been as good as everyone say. And that's just what I believe in. Seeing stories, seeing really good storytelling, seeing really good blood and gore movies. I even off subject, but I'll say it too. Finally saw this movie, Cabin in the Woods. Let me bring it here. I'm not sure if you can see it, so I want to take out the CD for you so you guys can see.
Nice.
Yeah, so I finally saw that movie. Just want to say that movie is very bloody and gory. I'll tell you that for sure. But back to the point is that it makes you feel realistic and also gives you more of like. Sorry, I need to fix the camera. Is that it also gives you more of like the combat better because I'm gonna get off the subject and I'll get back to Moon. Is that seeing Wolverine? I know Logan, which I'm happy we got that movie. I wish we would have seen a prior Wolverine, especially knowing in the comics. This man goes off in the comics, and this man, yeah, some blood and gore. This man, you talking about prime Wolverine? He's a problem. But how you gonna know in the comics he actually goes toe to toe against the Hulk? But back to Moon Knight, which I kind of get it. Them they would have done it, and they're trying to do it because if like I know if you do like blood coming from the throat, that's rated R right away, and which is good. But so far as story and with it not just being a Disney product, it's not the best because for me, what makes it better is the blood, the gore, and stuff like that. I'm not even too much about it. It just, in my opinion, it makes it feel more realistic and also makes the combat better. Because let's say you slice someone or whatever, then them they gotta fight back too. So even with them fighting, in a way, it's like a disadvantage. But at the same time, it makes it more better because that opponent, let's say one night versus like the opponent or whatever. And let's say you slice him, he's like, then you see that blood come, then you gotta see like that character is being tested like them. Like he's going through so much of pain. Talking about cutting veins and everything. It makes the combat and also makes it feel like wow, like this character is actually being tested. It's not like oh slice, okay, I shot him, no bullets, it just deflects. No, get sliced, you see the blood. Even while the opponent, all the adrenaline, like it just makes it like you feel more. You get to sympathize with the character and if that makes sense. Just want to say, because I know people might say oh it's too much blood, but it's like. I'm old enough. I'm sure when I was younger, I love this, which I don't understand, which I get. Let them do that, but at this, I'm not bad with the camera, which I kind of get. But at the same time, I'm old enough right now to know blood and gore, oh, man. But I kind of get it though. But go ahead. So, no, don't mean to get off subject, but it's like, man, it's like I'm old enough for it's like I get it. It's like even if you can't handle it, then Disney keep doing the PG stuff, but at the same time, how are you gonna fit into right here? At the same time, how are you gonna fit into like the adult stuff? Which I heard the rumors that everything that they're doing now, at least not now, but with the rumors back then is that they're building up to some more stuff, and also there's a rumor that not a rumor, but at least what I heard back is that Marvel Studios are actually gonna create a separate studio that does the rated R stuff, which is gonna be I think Marvel Knights where they deal with all the rated R stuff, and but kind of hearing it where it's like I think they even said back then is that Marvel Knights would kind of be producing or at least doing Deadpool 3, but seeing now the news, if anyone hasn't heard, is that it's going to be Deadpool's production company, whereas like he actually might have instead of it being Marvel Studios, it's going to be like Marvel, then kind of his company, then it's going to be like his production company, which has been like, oh, man, you should have just done the Marvel Knights. And even I was watching Ghost Rider 2, and I was like, yeah, it had Marvel Knights, so just saying, you could go ahead, but I don't want to say it because I just think it just makes the scene more good. Even in Zack Snyder's Justice League, random, but just saying is that it was a lot of blood, but at the same time, it wasn't that much for me. I consider that's like kind of like a. If you look at some scenes, sure, it's like hard PG-13, but I don't consider it at all. I'm like the blood. I'm like, what? It makes it feel more realistic. Like even especially the Steppenwolf versus the Amazonians, and he's like throwing them. I think he even like slices one of the girls, like with the weapon or whatever, and the blood came out. I'm like, dang. So it's just it just makes it feel more stuff. But my bad. Dimension, go ahead.
Those rumors you just talked about sounds cool. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I would like that to be true.
Yeah.
I mean, you said a studio that will do some R-rated stuff. Like I know we're getting Deadpool 3 at some point, so I think that's gonna be rated R.
Yeah, I'll give you some updates on that because I've been kind of up to date with it. Is that back I think when Free Guy came out, they said Brian Reynolds said that they were 70% done on the script, but this is what I heard and saying that how like Deadpool's gonna be an MCU, but also not an MCU. Whereas in like for example, where little kids, they don't have to watch it, but also adults can watch it at the same time. Where it's like connected, but also not connected, too. And also Ryan Reynolds saying that the people who did I think Bob Burgers, they're writing the script. So, and also I'll give you some updates real quick. Is that Ryan Reynolds' production company is actually co-producing or something like that with him, and Ryan Reynolds is going to have more of a hands-on, and then I think it might actually be legit like a producer of it too. So, which I think he was in the previous films. I think I could be wrong, but Deadpool 3 is the only thing I hope is going to probably go. The only thing that worries me is that they might lean too much into the LGBT, where there's actually going to see some Ryan Reynolds thing, which I know Deadpool is, you know what, but at the same time, I just want to enjoy Deadpool just for being. I'm gonna fix the phone real quick, but just seeing him more of like the breaking the fourth wall, because he's one of the few characters where if like you watch him live action or comic book, same exact character. It's not, which I get Marvel changes up to make it, which I understand, because even for me, when I was a casual, I was like, yeah, I understand the Marvel better, but when I watched DC, I was like, what's happening? Then when when I researched it, I was like, okay, this makes sense for me. I was like, okay, now I understand it more, which I don't blame him too, but still.
All right.
And then we'll see with Deadpool 3, because Deadpool 3, that's the one I'm kind of looking forward to, and especially with there's a rumor. I think what I heard, who knows, we'll see when the time comes, is that how Blade is going to be PG-13.
I don't know about
It's
that,
good to see, so I'm not going to say nothing else.
but I don't know about they can pull that off with PG-13. I don't know. That's because I've seen the Wesley Snipes ones like for so many times.
And especially not Deadpool.
The Punisher, like what Kal-El said, he doesn't have no idea how they can pull off Punisher PG-13.
I don't think they can, because also with the screaming, the loud, like, sure they can, but PG-13, though, you're talking about like in a very intense, like loud noise, like I don't want to say I did hear it. I had a rumor back then, which I don't. Do you want to hear it or no? About potential Moon Knight or no? All right, because there might be a potential spoiler. I'm not sure. We'll have to see, but it could be a potential. Would you like to hear it or no?
Yeah.
You sure? All right, so I'm gonna give the warning just so the chat know and everyone potentially know. I'm gonna give 5 seconds countdown because this is a potential spoiler. It's a rumor. Who knows? It could be true. It could be false. But
to spoiler what?
To Moon Knight.
Okay.
You ready? Or you do want
I'm
to
ready.
I'm ready. Okay,
I'm ready.
So I'm gonna just give a countdown just so people know, just to give them warnings. I would hate it if it was me. But yeah, I'm gonna change the camera. But yeah, is that already? I'm on 5. I'm gonna do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've been warned. So there's a rumor actually Blade is supposed to appear in Moon Knight. So, which I think that's how they team up in the Midnight Suns. And also there's a rumor a while back saying that Punisher could appear in Moon Knight TV series. But seeing this, I doubt it. But who knows? So yeah. But hearing some guests out here, there's another guest whenever I was watching the Easter egg breakdown. These from YouTubers, they were saying how maybe at the end of the episode of season 6, season finale, a post-credit scene, how Blade comes in and try to recruit Moon Knight to be part of the Midnight Suns, which is, I think that's possible, but at the same time we'll have to see, because I think the girl who just got casted for the Werewolf by Night, she's like the girl who's like in the comics where it's like, I'm gonna say the heroes, and I'm gonna say I don't know her name, but I'm gonna just go over the heroes. So you have Doctor Strange, Moon Knight, Punisher, Blade, and I think you have one more character. Then you have like the girl. I'm forgetting her name, but she got casted. I'm gonna go on YouTube real quick and check. But even with her, is that they said that she got casted, but the rumor is that it could be, I think, the girl who like leads the Midnight Suns. So we'll see how they do. So and I think the Blade appearance will be likely, because at the same time it's, especially with Moon Knight being supernatural. We saw Moon Knight really being supernatural, like in a couple episodes. We did see him being supernatural, so I think for sure it could be part of the Midnight Suns. I know Oscar Isaac said that he's not part of the like, he doesn't have the golden gloves on, which is basically where he like where he's not required to come back. But he also talked about the Midnight Suns too, so that's why. And it sounds crazy, but even what I like to see, which I know they won't, I would honestly like to see Daredevil part of the Midnight Suns. But at the same time, I don't think that would work out, because I don't want to say he's not that much of a supernatural. I'd say he has the hearing sense. But oh yeah, by the 5th character right now, I'm actually getting Wolverine. There's actually many different teams, but still we'll see. So that's all I want to say, because that's all so far I have to say. So, but we'll see though. Just for me, I just prefer, like, I'm older enough. I'm 22. I'm pretty sure you're older than 17. So we're old enough to handle it now. Which I heard a rumor a while ago, which I'm gonna say at the end, is that Marvel is actually gonna produce some rated R content. But at the same time, let's see, because with this, right, it seems like they're just like, man, And I don't mind it because I think comic book movies, in my opinion, why I talk about it so much is because when you look at the action, the storytelling, the big budget, and like budget wise, that's what I like seeing. I like seeing more stuff like Winter Soldier, Civil War, and like people that are actually like super soldiers and stuff where actually people knows how to fight and who knows how to fight. Like when I feel like I'm watching, I'm not watching just ex Marine, no disrespect to them, but I want to see like some super soldier type of stuff, or even someone who's like like kind of even in a way I'd say Batman issue, someone who has experience in martial arts, someone who knows how to fight, and no, not ex Marine, something who's like they have like an X factor in a way, if that makes sense. So. But still, we'll see. Maybe who knows? In a couple of years, it'll be fine. But let's see though. So.
All right.
See.
Well,
Are you gonna end it, or do you want to talk about a few more things?
I think we can end it off here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So tell everybody where they can find you, Henry boy.
You guys can check me out. Give me 1 second. Let me check my YouTube channel. Yep. You guys can check me out on YouTube, Henry Boy 11, capital H, Henry Boy 11. You guys can check me out. I will be doing plenty watch alongs. I'm currently having some technical difficulties with the reviews, but I think I'm pretty sure me and him most likely will probably be doing some. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say it now, but we talked about it before we went live. I think we actually might try to do a X-Men watch along. So like the X-Men movies, whatever one is on available on Disney Plus. I think we might do it because him. Yeah, just to make sure. Yeah, him. He's pretty educated on the X-Men, so he knows a lot more. For me, I'm a casual. I don't even know who anyone is. I think Cyclops and stuff like that because I think like X-Men Origins, which is the only one I think I saw where like it was like, and I think even him he was saying, or even someone else they were saying about how Cyclops is very powerful leader, like he's like that dude in X-Men. But honestly, I was X-Men Origins, which is I'm telling you, I gotta say this real quick. Wolverine as an origins. If you want to talk about origin story, he is one of the best ever. Seeing that how he gets that in and he goes, hey, this man is he's fun to watch. But back to the point is that you guys can check me out Henry Boy 11. I think for sure we're doing more for sure watch alongs. Next week episode will be on my channel, and after that season finale will be on his. So then you, we're definitely gonna be in for a treat. So. And if you guys kind of like this content, where you guys like even doing watch-alongs, and I say this one more, I gotta say this to that. I'll even potentially be doing a podcast where I even share my thoughts, movie news, different subject matters. I'm still kind of figuring out the final details, but for sure I'll be doing it. So I appreciate you guys watching. You mentioned I know you're gonna plug, but I gotta say check him out, follow him on Instagram. Such an awesome dude. Even actually me and I think shout out to 4K D-Ray and I think Jerry. I'm forgetting the rest of his account, even Kalel and Ben Buster. I'm forgetting Movie Hunter. Check all those out. They'll be going live. Even shout out to Blu-ray King. Even Jared Movies. Give him a follow on IG. Definitely a real supporter of the movie community. But we'll be going live on IG. Then we just kind of talk, share opinions. Even I think Cinemaster. I think I'm saying his name wrong, but I think it's Daniel. I think highly recommend if you guys haven't. Give those guys a follow. Even I think there's a couple more people. I think I'm forgetting even mid-level. Tony Basement. No, I think Tony Basement's Blues. My bad, I apologize for getting it wrong. Check all those guys out. Follow them on Instagram because I'm telling you, you will not regret it. We go live, we talk, and that's why I even met him too. Such an awesome dude, one of the nicest dudes I know. So that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. My bad to mention, I know this is your channel, but hey man, I'm since talking to you guys, it's been amazing. So appreciate you guys. You guys enjoy the night. Take care. Bye.
Good night. Danny, thank you for being here. Moon Knight, thank you for being here. We really do like your show. If you guys enjoyed this live stream, be sure you have a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet already. Talk to you guys later. And night.